All right, part 2. So we did the crown, the robes, and the rings. Now, let's see if we can get 4 or 5 in an hour. That'd be nice. But this was like an all-day class, so just bear with me. You guys don't understand. If you're worried about how much time this takes, you're missing the importance of the initiation. This is going to shape your reality until you learn the soul lesson attached. So this is a sacred day or a sacred set of weekends, whatever you're gonna do. If you're having a problem with the time that it takes to watch and go through this, you should maybe be choose the gratitude robe instead of, just that should be, that's where the narcissism plays in, right? If you sit with a sacred healer or shaman, in my Kabbalah class, my first one, my second one, there'd be 20 or 30 people in the class. And we'd start the class off with everyone downloading their entire life over the course of that since the last initiation. Can you imagine having to listen to 20 or 30 people just rehashing their life over just that? I call it mental emotional vomiting. It's necessary. It's bonding time. It's still just vomit. I'm not even giving you guys vomit. I'm giving you guys material. I would have a small class, 2 or 3 students, and we would meet, and then with 2 or 3, we'd spend the first 2 to 3 hours downloading and rehashing everything to see how it fit where we were on the tree. That was probably the most powerful part of the class. It was beautiful. With my private students, I kind of do the same thing. It's the therapy component. As I would set up my apartment as a healing temple, and I had my kitchen set up so that they would sit at my bar and they could look as I would make them tea. And they would do their emotional and mental vomit as I was making them tea and then producing them with the new healing love spell, right? There was so much magic and love in that tea. And so for the first hour, especially with new people, the people that were just meeting me, that was their chance to feel comfortable before we even began a healing session. And we would talk and talk. I'm very generous with my time. I am a servant of God. So that's not what they were paying for. And then I would bring them and throw them on the table. And then they would come for an hour-and-a-half healing session, and they would usually leave about 4 hours later. If that's how you give, God will give that to you. It's a pay it forward. I am not angry with poor clients that come in that have barely an extra $100 to spare, only having $100 to pay me. I'm angry at the greedy people sitting on millions that do nothing of actual value with it. Or they think they're doing something of value with it, but they don't even have the intelligence to ask for higher authority wisdom. They don't know the cosmic laws. They don't know what would be the bigger impact charity to develop. They don't even understand the future plans for the planet. So that's who I'm angry at. I am never going to be angry at a poor student. Ever. If you're a poor student and you're a saint and you're here of service, that's why I'm like, Mommy Star bless this class and helps, right? And for free. That's why the people who get into this class are going to do it for free unless they're a millionaire. If that, then they will be bringing in donations down the road. Or God will hurt them. The scepters. The invention scepter. Hold the scepter. I mean, does anybody know what a scepter is? You guys are useless. We would hope that the fact that it's not a wand is funny. So we were missing the wand and the pants. But the scepter is like the staff, but it usually has a ball of power on it. So like God's lightning could go into the ball, and then it would anchor on planet Earth and then go into the planet. So it's like a wand. The scepter. Hold this, okay, the invention scepter. Hold this scepter high as new ideas are piped into the physical plane. Connects new ideas to the physical plane. Find ways of doing and being that are unique and streamlined, that other people exclaim, "Why didn't I think of that?" Because it's the invention scepter. So, oh my God, that's genius. The scepter will create interest and curiosity in your life. Maybe not in other people's lives for you, okay? But you'll be curious, like a cat. And you'll be interested in things. And then when you create something genius, then other people take notice. And it might not happen until you create something that's so brilliant that it serves their egos instead of anybody's bullshit. Okay? Now, wise people, like the crows, like Elaine and Star, they'll get it because they understand things. And when you appeal to their sense of mental authority, you're not appealing to an ego. You're appealing to old lady wisdom. And that's good stuff. If nobody likes you on the planet except for a couple old ladies, you're doing okay. You're probably doing better than everyone else. Because the old ladies have been there, done that, seen everything, and they're so taps out. They're so overseeing the same patterns, the same redundant behavior that gets nobody anywhere fast, that when a refreshing, like, punch girl comes along, they're like, yeah, phew, that was nice. I was hoping for something like that to come in and bring some new juice to the planet. All right. Okay. Conception scepter. Wherever this scepter goes, there is fertility. When you take it to work, be ready for concepts to flow from your mouth and fit the situation. In relationships, it holds a space that creates romance and loyalty. Use this scepter wisely. I want to see it. In business, you'll appeal, not to the egos, you'll appeal. And like service work, in healing situations, you'll appeal to them. The concentration scepter. Focus and purpose are heightened by using the concentration scepter. Like a magnifying glass, you will be able to pull the sun rays of your mind into a focused point to fulfill your intent. Using the scepter enables you to prioritize and zero in on what gets done first. If you're not good, I want to say at a master level of prioritizing value systems. The concentration scepter is going to mirror it. So you might be focused on the wrong thing. So at that point, you need to have a clear understanding of what is more important. The participation scepter. Take this scepter in order to be all that... can't even read right now. Take this scepter in order to be all that you can be. Put yourself on the line and move from realms of thought and abstract ideas into the theater of action with others. The time for hesitation is over. The scepter gives power to you for good cause and turns intention to action with others. Elijah. Dragon King style. Not Spectre Vision style. For good cause. Not masturbation. I participate in freeing the whales. I participate in hero journey stuff. The answers scepter. Agnostics, or those who are not sure, would do well to grasp this scepter. The key to getting answers is in the asking of the right questions and in the sincerity of the asking. Use this scepter to obtain answers. Be prepared with an open mind, for the answers are sure to come in unexpected manners and times. This is for me, and I feel Star wanting it too. We seek to gain answers to be better shamans, healers. The animation scepter. This scepter gives life and vitality to its user. And to those he chooses to convey its energies. I feel like Sandalphon did that with the Dragon King trials. Using this scepter, use the scepter to make plants grow, relationships flourish, and projects come to fruition. Remember the cycle of life, death, and regeneration. So, bringing the whole Knights Templar, Knights of the Round Table, the beginning of it, there are so many more that should be on that list that are not yet. So that whole ball game. I would never have done that. That was Archangel Sandalphon coming through. Which means it's God coming through. Anticipation Scepter. One who holds the scepter can see the future. There is a knowingness about what results inevitability will come. A key to remember for the holder of the scepter is that all things come to those who wait. Also to be considered is that the prophecy can be changed by action in the now. So if I take action today, I may be able to create a better outcome. Because we create in the now. I know Star likes this one also. I could feel her energy. It's like answers or anticipation. All right, the Love Scepter. Hold the Love Scepter to open up your heart chakra. Laughter and tears will follow. Using the scepter opens up blockages into flow. The world changes around you. Your senses will be intensified as you become truly alive. Ignite the spark of love in all you contact. This is a good scepter. Many of you will choose it, especially the light workers. I say that because you do not need to see the sparkling lights of God everywhere to exist. If your heart chakra is open, it barely needs to even be lit up. It can just feel the pain of everything that's happening on the planet. As long as your high heart's lit up. The Love Scepter is good. I'm not going to negate it at all. The Laughter Scepter. The Laughter Scepter is a powerful one. It changes the energy. Genuine laughter at the appropriate time is not only contagious, but also mind-altering. Difficult tasks are facilitated by the free use of the scepter. Lucy's got the scepter. The only reason I could be brought back to life was through Babaji and Lucy's comedy and Charlie's love. Lucy cracking jokes in my ear day after day after day. Brought me back to sanity. Treasure's Scepter. Charlie wants this one. The green energy of the scepter is apparent when you hold it. Let it be known, however, that the amount of energy and the kind of energy you put out there determines the generation of how much and of what quality results. Treasure received bears responsibility for wise and generous use. He's doing it for the planet. He'll burn down the planet just to build Pandora. It's pretty funny. Don't tell everybody that Charlie will build Pandora. Okay, Humility Scepter. Accept the scepter if you truly desire greatness. For only as you serve and help others do you become great. It aids not so much as to put ego and self down as to elevate the God self. Like an open jar capable of being filled is the one who accepts this scepter. Okay, Elijah, this is where you're not going to get put down. I think Spielberg could probably have this one too. The Humility Scepters. There's a disconnect with Spielberg's though. Mediation scepter, same thing. This scepter has the function of assisting one who is the go-between position. Both sides of a dispute are seen objectively. Areas of agreement become evident. Common ground and lasting accords are established. Agreements to disagree and still function are acceptable. I feel like Spielberg wants this one. So he can choose. It's this one or the humility. So we got stars. We got mine, Charlie's, Lucy's. Good. The shields. Did I bring it down? Oh, it's there. What does that trigger? All I can think of is cops at a riot. I don't even know what type of what this is. Probably oak. Sometimes I forget to label. So I just take so many. All right. The shields. to protect you. When I was given this, started to really like this part. And it was more like I didn't feel like I was even allowed to have a shield. You're allowed a shield. But you should choose the right one. Each of these shields is we're going to go the lies shield, the abandonment shield. Like, we'll go through the list, right? But it's the shield to protect against the lies. You're shielded from other people's lies. You're shielded from abandonment. You're shielded from abuse. That's going to be mine. People can't abuse me anymore. The one-way mirror shield is the Hypocrisy Shield. The problem with this is until you've mastered the mirror prism, the hypocrisy, if you use the Hypocrisy Shield, it's not good. And we'll discuss that. So the lies shield. This popular shield is used when to tell the truth is either too uncomfortable or not exciting enough. It's a shield used to control other people's perceptions. Did I just lie to myself, or are there two attributions to this? One problem in its use is that one lie is told to cover another until the original truth is completely forgotten. Using the shield becomes really confusing. So, why is it written like this? To protect against the lies of others, I am going to use lies. Why? Was this poorly written, or is there a wisdom here? This is something to think about. If you are trying to tell the truth to people who are constantly lying to themselves and everyone else, all you're going to do is get in an argument. So there's an old wisdom here. That's why my class is on video, and I feel completely unfiltered. Nobody can shame me because of their lack of intelligence, awareness, mastery. No one can challenge it without having even taken the class for 3.5 years. It's wisdom. That's my abuse shield. I'm punching you guys with truth because all I've ever received from any of you guys is abuse. Look at the planet. Every single one of you guys are just abusers. And you continue to participate in it. Abandonment shield. Use this shield of abandonment. Using this shield of abandonment requires good timing. Adhere to its use, or adherence to its use, tend to be lonely. Just when things are going good in a relationship, or at the first signs of conflict, you quit. It's easy to find the rationale to justify the action later. The motto here is, do unto others before they have a chance to unto to you. Usually I wait till I'm coughing up blood or something like it before I leave. Abuse shield is handed down generation to generation. Somehow pain, loneliness, and unhappiness are abated by someone else, by making someone feel worse than you. This behavior is modeled by a parent, so to the children, when they become adults, can carry the tradition for their own kids. This works well if you're a left-hand path spiritual teacher. I will use your guys' vices and abuse you for it. Until you get the lesson. It's a wisdom. I had to feel like actually Jesus to have the permission spiritually to do that. Addiction shield. This shield comes in many shapes, sizes, and colors. You can use all of just some. It starts innocently enough, just curiosity. But use it long enough, and this shield is then using you. Food, TV, sex, and codependency are popular addiction shields. Lucy says he's codependent to me. It's cute. Charlie's going to use the Hypocrisy Shield. Hypocrisy Shield is like a shell game. Do you see how the shields are a double-edged sword? You have to be very mindful of how you're going to use it. It is like handling a cobra. Especially when you're wanting to do masterful spiritual work on yourself. Hypocrisy Shield is like a shell game. The game where the bean is under one of these shells and the sleight of hand keeps you guessing. The danger in using the shield is buying into your own bullshit. Charlie's pretty free of bullshit. Just work. Brick building, ground, brick building, more work. That's Charlie. The Hypocrisy Shield is good for people that are like that, because it's less corrupted. There's very little hypocrisy in humble work ethic. So if that's the state of your life, you're allowed to use it without it becoming a vice. The game's shield. The game's shield is really convenient. The trick is to get others enrolled in your game. When they figure out the rules, you either change the rules or the game. This is for Spielberg. This can go on ad infinitum. There's a sucker born every minute. The trouble is that with this shield, your life passes and you were never really there. It's pretty good for Spielberg. So he's doing it at a soul level. Aggression's shield. The motto of one who prefers this shield is, the best defense is a good offense. Your needs and wants are put ahead of and often at the expense of all others' needs. See, this would be great for me, like the abuse shields. Do you see? This one would be good too. To maintain this shield. So like PB&J, this might be a good one. Like if you're a wallflower and you're hyper intelligent and you're like, I'm ready to be Harry Potter. Yeah, like this is a good shield for you. Especially when you know your stuff. To maintain this shield, you must keep constant vigil, lest someone else with a larger aggression shield comes into your space. So the only thing about PB&J doing it is that if I came in, I might knock you out. But if you got knocked out by somebody else, I'd come in and knock out that person. And that's a matriarchal society. I'm more inclined to support my students than randos, but I'll train the randos. The fear shield. This is hellacious. The fear shield is accomplished by the words, I'm scared, I can't, and oftentimes I'll try. Usually one who uses the shield camouflages it and does the avoid dance. Avoid a dance. In order to drop the shield, the false energy appearing real must be faced head on. So you don't get over the shield until you face your fear. Yay. Did we do Lucy's and Charlie's? Lucy was choosing the addiction, Charlie's the hypocrisy. Okay. Because here comes a couple more. The shame shield. This is also a good one for me. Use the shame shield as an excuse to not participate in life. This is a hunger strike, okay? Staying in the past limits the future. But I was using it about the now and the future. What if someone finds out? Guilt and shame are self-perpetuating. In the end, you are the only one that takes this shield or drops it. It kind of fizzles out at the end. The shame shield. Don't take this one, Star, even passively. Pain shield. Pain, when used as a shield, is very effective. People are drawn in to help you. Relationship is definitive, i.e., you are the victim and the other is your rescuer. Still waiting for people to see Mother Earth in pain or the whales in pain. So I'm still waiting for the actual rescuers to show up before I'd ever buy into the pain shield. Nobody's rescued me in my life. Pain can be real or imagined. I want to say pain is in the brain. Its original purpose is as a warning to the healing action. As a way of life, it becomes boring rather quickly. So there are a couple purposes for pain. God designed humans to have pain so you could have a form of communication that something is not great. Something. There's a difference between pain and suffering. So there's still a pain when I do yoga, but that's the healthy pain. That's the purification pain. It was painful for me to go live with Star. It was painful for me to study with her. It was painful for me to do all the stuff with the dragons, but those were the healing pains. The diseased pain would be the shame of my astral connection to Alasia for 12 years. That was the suffering and the shame around me having to keep that hidden. That's suffering. I told as many psychics and friends as I could, just so I could not feel alone. I did all the healing work I could, and yet I still felt the shame. It was crazy. So, the pain shield, the guilt shield. Guilt shield defines its bearer by perceived wrong actions in the past. Charlie's really good with the guilt shield. He's doing the hypocrisy. Its repetitive nature makes guilt feelings persist long after positive purpose could have been accomplished. To drop this shield, let go of your self-importance. I use this shield also. Am I important for doing a hunger strike? Am I not important for doing a hunger strike? Am I important because I'm teaching the world Kabbalah? Am I not important? You see, my perspective of importance is a choice, and it's deliberate. So I'll manipulate people to gain respect or an audience by using their guilt against them. I do this very well. Using guilt against somebody is to get them to break their patterns that are only gross. So we got Charlie, Lucy. We have not done Elijah, did we? The limitation shield. The motto with limitation shields is, you asked for them, you got them. Believing in them is necessary for maintaining them. Or no, we did Elijah's fear shield. I forgot. Limitation falls away when you no longer accept the premise. What does Star want? Shame. It's so funny. Shame or abuse. Neither of them really click. Star is not, she does not like the shields. Even her astral energy is like, All right, Tunics. Tunic, okay. I like the pun, tune to it. Attune to it. Sitting Bull Tunic. This tunic opens your psychic abilities in your body. Visions become part of the way you create your reality. People will know who you are and let you lead. Wearing this tunic denotes that you have to sacrifice pieces of yourself to move ahead. Charlie's Sitting Bull Tunic. It was funny because he sat behind me and then stuck his horns up as he was saying that that's what he wanted. It's pretty funny. I'll see him but really feel him and hear him. So it's like a full, it almost is like he's actually here in the physical world. That's how deep, like, of the connection I have. Like, I can feel, like, this whole part of my arm and my back vibrating at his frequencies. And I can feel him coming through my ear, etc., etc. So sometimes I don't see Charlie, or yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm seeing Charlie all the time, sometimes not at all. The Joseph Tunic. Wear this tunic show you how to utilize all the abilities of those around you. So this is really good if you're like a captain of a ship and you need to create a team and you need to see what people can do and what they're good at so that you can maximize your resources and move forward. You will become a conductor in the symphony of your community's assets and liabilities. So this is like a Hans Zimmer tunic. The story about Hans Zimmer that I love to hear was from Gilad. I forgot his name. Thank goodness. That was like a decade ago. From Gilad. He's a movie score producer, movie score artist. And he was telling me about Hans Zimmer, and he's like, Hans Zimmer is not Hans Zimmer. You have to understand this. Hans Zimmer is a master conductor with 40 writers, and he pieces together other people's writings into like a great composition. That's the story Gilad told me. I don't know if that's true or not because, everyone's just a fucking liar. But that would be cool if it was. I haven't done Hans Zimmer's masterclass yet. I'm looking forward to it. Considering I know that one of my videos is more important than everyone's entire masterclass. Maybe 3 of my videos. 3 of them. All right. You will always be one step ahead of your competitors. You know why? Because you know how to use your resources correctly. Use this tunic only if you are ready for full responsibility. So not Elijah. So it's somebody who can actually see everybody's talents and be able to put them to use. So it'd be somebody like me or Star or somebody else, right? That can actually recognize talents in others, even if they can't recognize it in themselves. and see how that unfolds through the time spectrum, and see how that might relate to other people's talents too. This is a really good wisdom tunic. Am I going to take this tunic? No, but it's a good one. The Seattle tunic. This tunic guides you to speak like a king and write like a master. The blending of leadership and creativity lead you to see long-term effects of action far into the future. Before you choose this tunic, know how to deal with your emotions, as this much wisdom strikes deep within the soul. Okay, Elijah, this is where you get some good stuff. The Seattle tunic. The Tescu mesh tunic. Lucy wants this one. This tunic brings communication with others to new levels. So Lucy's going to train new students. That's all I hear, many new students. Watch as your relationships grow and become stable and supportive as you wear this tunic. This tunic provides the ability to bring together many types of people and have them work successfully together. It's very similar to the Joseph tunic, but different. I'm just seeing the difference and feeling the difference. Okay, the next one's mine. And Charlie's certifying it. Red Cloud tunic. Wear this tunic to join with Earth, keep me grounded, and understand all environments. Manipulate the weather and the emotions of others as you ground them and yourself to the planet. Listen for hours on end while people speak and provide their support that comes with deep maturity. I may not listen for hours, but I'm listening to God and seeing. It's the same. I'm listening to the higher wisdom self for hours instead of the chit chatter. Geronimo tunic. I did this the Geronimo tunic. That's the hunger strike. Like Geronimo. Okay, it's an adventurer thing. This tunic glides through logistics and analyzes every event and the smallest fact to create an advantage for you. So it works really well with the Hermes grid. Willpower, determination, and discipline become your closest friends with this tunic. Let the impossible cease to exist for you as you open up to new perceptions of your abilities. If you're ready for an adventure, the Geronimo tunic is really good. I feel Elijah wants this one, but he gets the Seattle tunic. maturity and groundedness. Let me tell you why. I have watched you speak. I watched you speak a couple times after living with Star. And there was no substance in what you said. Maybe a fragment. It was the most unimpressed disappointment. Mind blown. Because all I ever heard was how smart you were. So when Polly decided to tell me how smart you were, because she just did an interview with you, she didn't know anything of my history and whatever. I, immediately wrote off Polly. Not that I ever had one real intelligent conversation with her either. It's all jerk off. It's erudite narcissism. Artist style. Seattle Tunic, Elijah. There's an orca grid in the Seattle Tunic also. Bigfoot Tunic. I feel this is for Spielberg. Wear this tunic to claim your power and reorder your beliefs. Change your fear of death and the outside world with these energies. Open up to serve your commitment to its fullest. Completion comes quickly, and time seems to fly as you walk your path. Buffalo horn chips tunic. I feel this is Star coming in going, I want this one. Buffalo horn chips tunic. Learn the depths and places that spirits can reach wearing this tunic. Bring to you reality, a freedom that comes with profound humility while breeding miracles. Do you see how this sounds like Star and it will push her forward? It works with what she's already got going on and makes it better. Healing calls out to the tunic and forms from ancient tribal rituals and energies. Wavloka tunic. This tunic connects you to ghosts, spirits, and disincarnate beings. Choose this only if you already work in these realms. Boogie busters, people who pass over souls, and channelers find this tunic as an asset to their skills. Be prepared to change stuck emotions on this side and the other. I am an exorcist and a dragon lady. I am more inclined to burn into ash disincarnate spirits than cross them over. But the dragons, the spirit energy of a dragon, I'll keep around. They have wisdom and they're intelligent. Where a dead person literally almost serves nothing. So the angels and the dragons are angels, pretty much. I can't imagine them not being. So ghosts, spirits, and disincarnate beings, that's the lower astral. There are very talented people on the planet that do work in these realms. I am not dismissing you guys. It's not my ballgame. Brook, medicine, eagle, tunic. Wear this tunic to intertwine the music of instruments with the music of the soul. Carry the sounds of self and healing inward to the core of being. Walk in the land of vibrations and alter realities with a note. Choose this tunic if you hear. So if you're a musical person, this is a good one. If you need to develop deeper sense of maturity and wisdom, looking glass tunic. Got a good cause? Wear this tunic to support your cause and learn the tactics that show the energy of the path of least resistance. It's getting light outside. I just deleted 60 gigs worth of videos. I know, I do have a hard drive finally. It's because I'm so lazy. I just don't even want to put it on the hard drive because it's been uploaded into QuickTime. No, I mean, it's been uploaded onto YouTube, so, you know. What if the internet crashes and then nobody gets to take Kabbalah? If you're watching my classes or my videos, you should download them from YouTube and then back them up on your own hard drive. So, looking glass tunic. This one's good for Greta. If you examine anything, this tunic makes details spring forth to look like headlines, especially the ones that people want to hide from others. Good. Bowls tunic. This tunic is about integration. When you wear it, you will adapt to your surroundings, no matter how foreign they may seem. This one is for someone who moves in a wide variety of circles and travels a great deal. You will make friends and contacts that will stay with you through your life. O's Tunic has this energy. It's nice. It's a good friend Tunic. My favorite thing about handing a mastery initiation to somebody especially is when they don't like it. Because what happens is it's a trauma imprint on the brain, and for 5 to 10 years they might piss on it, and then they grow to like it, and then it becomes a part of their identity forever. Because they learn the lesson for why they really got it to begin with. I understand that from my own experience. Some of the stuff Star gave to me ended up manifesting in very interesting ways. Especially when I was horrified and it felt like, no! I don't want that initiation. I don't want the sacred food was Miracle Whip. So for 5 years, I just rebelled against her. And then I finally, a couple months before the hunger strike, I finally bullied myself to go make, with Hathor, right, the spirit of Hathor, to go make a bake. It's too much. If you can see how much this cuts out even at a minute 4, you can understand what it was like for me to produce the self-governance video. I would have to redo it 5, 10 times a day while I was in the middle of a 30-minute script. And my brain was exploding. I would get angry at myself just for fucking up a word or a hand gesture. And then I had to deal with QuickTime's crap on top of it. It was awful. So Star gave me Miracle Whip, and I rebelled. And then a couple months before my hunger strike with Hathor, we went to the grocery store and got Miracle Whip because I finally decided I was going to make a BLT sandwich like my mother used to make me when I was a kid. And those were good memories because that would be one of the times, like, Mom would be making sandwiches on Sunday afternoon. It was nice and positive, happy memories. Or more. And like I would usually spend that after it would be sunny outside and cool because it's Southern California, and I'd spend my time playing in the yard. Probably alone. But those BLTs were excellent. And when I went and bought the Miracle Whip, I knew exactly what it was for. I knew deep down. I knew that it was to free the whales and the dolphins. Because when I went to buy it, there were Mylar balloons hovering above. and it was the orcas and the dolphins. And I could only just see the signs. And I thought it was really exciting. I was like, yeah, I'm going to free these whales. I didn't realize I was going to go on a life path. So that was my miracle whip. So I waited till the appropriate time, appropriate work, to stop rebelling against the shit food that Star gave me. Have I opened up the miracle whip since? No, I didn't need to. Just needed it that once. So, on that note, we're going to do breastplates. What is the difference between a breastplate and the tunic? So the breastplate works from the heart chakra, solar plexus connection, where the tunic is like the clothes you wear every day. A breastplate you may be wearing going into battle. Okay, a tunic you're just going to wear every day, everywhere. The energy of a breastplate, besides it being the heart and solar plexus connection, is it's got the crest. It's usually got the, like, I am a Stark or I am a Pendragon kind of crest, okay? I have my tunic on, but I also have my breastplate. It says Queen. That's the breastplate. All right. The Lazarus breastplate. Breastplates work with the heart and solar plexus to create a clear heart. Use the breastplate of Lazarus to resurrect old ideas, plans, and ways of being. This isn't very good for soul retrieval. This is soul retrieval. When used by a healer, it works on the cellular level to organ level. When used by a scholar, history comes alive. When used by a leader, a heritage springs forth. So this is going to Elijah. Enoch breastplate. I think Star wants this too a little bit. This one's for me. Connection between the heart and the solar plexus leads to decisions that give wisdom to the situation. Pick up all the keys to wisdoms yet unheard of on this planet to bring them gently to the earth plane. This breastplate comes with intergalactic access and works interspecies. You see why Star and I would get an Enoch breastplate. So we're already star beings, star travelers. And it helps us go really high and anchor it really good. Moses breastplate. Spielberg. Having the heart and solar plexus connected leads to a perception that goes beyond the normal physical reality. Listen to ascended masters, see lucid visions, Feel the other worlds upon you as you bring interdimensional structure to earth planes in many forms. This is very good for him. The Pharaoh's Breastplate. Lucy's saying, Charlie and Lucy, but Charlie doesn't want to say it, and Lucy doesn't want to say it. Lucy's not admitting it. Pharaoh's Breastplate. We'll see if Lucy's good here. Leading the way with your solar plexus and heart working to co-create your connection to people leads to respect and loyalty in long-term leadership. Yeah, that's good for them. The capacity to create the biggest projects you can imagine comes with this plate. The level of mathematical and celestial alignments will endure through history. It's very good for them. This is very you should be mindful of your guides, especially the ones you connect with every day. They're part of your team. Like I feel Mother Andromeda, like she's not coming in, but I'll do this with Mother Andromeda too. But we think of ourselves, we don't usually think of others. That we don't see and feel in the physical reality all day long. Like somehow they're less than us, even though they're filled with wisdom, beauty, intelligence, and knowledge. The capacity to the level of mathematical and celestial alignments will endure through history. It's good. King's Breastplate. To rule your kingdom with the insight of a king, connect heart and solar plexus on a daily basis. Inherent in rulership is the ability to delegate and make decisions. Wear this breastplate and utilize power for your and others' highest good. Someday, Elisha, Charlie will give you this breastplate. Until then, it's the lazy Lazarus. The Magician's Breastplate. Allow the purity of heart and gut feeling of solar plexus to be out front in your life. Manifest a magic quality to all you do. Wearing this breastplate enables you to turn the tables on a bad situation and give yourself and others a sense of wonder in your lives. This is good for the new students. This is really good if you're taking this class, because it helps you learn and do the hard stuff with this sense of excitement. The Magi Breastplate. Connection of solar plexus and heart brings with it many gifts. Psychic abilities are heightened. Prophetic insights gained by wearing of this breastplate. The act of giving away opens you up to receive what the universe has to offer. Wearing this breastplate, you are bound to travel. So PB&J, this would be a really good one for you. You don't have to do it, but it would be very nice. Then we have the Elohim breastplate. You'll start also liking this one. Maybe she'll do that one and I'll do the Enoch. Either way. The simultaneous opening of heart and solar plexus enables one to realize that there is assistance available for the asking. There is great power in service, and connection is obtained with those in other dimensions that also serve. Atlantis breastplate. Hidden assets are revealed when the solar plexus and heart make a connection and function in connection. Wearers of this breastplate discover innovations which affect future generations. Persistence is called for when skeptics do not see what you do. This is better for highly tech people that like their left brain a lot. So if you're in the tech industry and you want to create even better technology that's more magically inclined or to serve a better purpose, the Atlantean is pretty good. You may also want something that balances into the more natural spectrum. It's a choice. So, the Elder's breastplate. Antiquity and the future are linked together when both the solar plexus and heart are unencumbered. Wisdom comes with experience and with observation. Wear this breastplate and avoid all trial and error. Someday I'll get the Elder's breastplate put on. That would be my secondary choice. Acceptance and humility are two key words for the one who chooses this breastplate. The MUSE breastplate. An open heart and unobstructed solar plexus bring one to a pinnacle of achievement. The power of the spoken word is inherent in the wearing of this breastplate. Manifestation occurs at the speed of your thoughts, when all your actions are dedicated. Remember, though, every wave has its corresponding trough. So the MUSE people, weren't they like super magical? Okay. I'm going to pause this and then we'll start the final chapter. The next one, I don't know, I'll have to get 5 in. Maybe we'll do 2 more chapters. Oh, look. Before we finish, it's the Shangri-La breastplate. Having clarity in the solar plexus and feeling with the heart takes you through hidden passages and mazes and enable you to emerge into ideal living situations. It's a very nice breastplate. This is good if you need a break, a relaxation. Quite a few would choose this breastplate. However, only a few chosen ones are able to maintain it. Why? Because you guys are all slaves. So if I chose this, it would be a service. If you guys chose it, it would be a dysfunction. If you've been nothing but a slave and you're stepping into mastery, this is a great one to graduate into. If you're not of service to a planet and you spent your entire life raping it, but think you deserve to retire, there is a problem. All right. Kali Ren out. We'll start part 2 later, or part 3 later.